Fam, today's video is part one of a two-part series, and I bet before the end of this video, you'll be able to figure out what part two of this series will be. But as you can see from the box, we have a figure from Hot Toys brought to us also by Sideshow Collectibles. And if you look right here, this is a 1/6 scale figure dash AVG2 MK43. That's Avengers, baby. Mark 43, the Iron Man. Mark 43 in 1/6 die cast scale. This is a super dope figure, and we're going to take a look at this piece. So without any further ado, cue up that intro footage.
Sinister Production.
For the returning Sinister Supreme Team fam, thank you for coming back. And for those who are new to the channel, thank you for plugging in to J Sinister Productions. I am Jay of J Sinister Productions, and I hope that you stick around to the end of this video, and I hope equally that you like, share, and most importantly, you subscribe to this channel. It helps our growth, and it helps our ability to provide reviews and unboxings of products for you. And most of all, we'd really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I always have a few projects in the works. So really consider subscribing to this channel so you can keep up with all of my latest releases. And speaking of video releases, let's move right into this bad boy right here. As I stated earlier, this 1/6 scale die cast figure comes to us from Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys. I didn't get my hands on the initial release of this figure because I didn't think I really wanted it. So this is the reissue of this highly detailed and super movie accurate Iron Man Mark XLIII. That's the Mark 43 in Roman for those of you who don't understand Roman numerals. This is based on Robert Downey Jr.'s spot-on portrayal of the billionaire playboy and superhero Tony Stark. Not this Tony Stark, and if you're down with the woo, you know who I'm talking about. Let's move on. This is taken directly from the movie Avengers Age of Ultron, and it comes in a metallic red, gold, and silver armor. Well, you don't see any of that right now because we haven't popped the shipping box. So let's go ahead and break the seal and reveal. Official seal breaker box opener right here. Let's go ahead and slice and dice. All right, we've cracked the top. If you've been paying attention, you can see right off that the US item number is 904123. And this is the MMS 278-D09 1/6 figure AVG2 MK43. We've got the standard packaging for figures that I always get from Sideshow Collectibles. So we'll slide the box out carefully. There we go. Oh, look at that. We got that red and gold already. We'll get rid of the shipping box. We don't need that. Flip it around to the front. There it is. Iron Man Mark XLIII. That's the Mark 43 from the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. Let's go ahead and remove this plastic. And let's go over some of the details of the box. Again, it's the Iron Man Mark XLIII. That's the Mark 43. MMS 278-D09 1/6 scale collectible figure, the movie masterpiece series diecast. That's what the MMS stands for. We've got two different textures in box material here. The bottom material has a real nice feel to it. It's textured. You can see like a tech savvy type circuit board type deal with our Hot Toys and Movie Masterpiece branding at the bottom, embossed in a silver overlay or underlay. We've got a picture of the bust of the Iron Man Mark 43 with the Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron branding there on the side. Again, the Iron Man Mark 43, plastic upper, nice material lower. On the back, we have a lot of credits for this Movie Masterpiece die-cast series. You can read that when you get your own, or take a look here. I'll get it a little closer. We probably got glare from the light, but there we go. And on the side, we have a small Iron Man logo here with more photography and that same nice feel at the bottom. We also seem to have some extra tape here that we'll remove. We'll start it, slice it, peel down this tape along the center, which keeps the two halves together. Remove this. And we'll go ahead and get into removing the box for Iron Man. So as you can see, this has two halves. We have a plastic, clear plastic photography encased upper, and then again this nice lower at the bottom. And you can hear the difference in textures. So let's lift the top off. Put this to the side here. And as you can see, we've got the nice sturdy foam embossed with the Mark 43 for the Mark 43 Iron Man logo. This also comes out of this bottom half of the box. We'll lift that up carefully. But before we do that, we'll flip it around to the back. And we have some more information down at the bottom for you to read. All the certifications, so on and so forth. Remove this foam, and then in the bottom there is nothing at all, but it's a very good sturdy presentation box. I like it. That's what I like about the Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures and collectibles. They take care of their presentation and they take it very seriously. Let's put this to the side, kind of in camera but out of the way. And here we go. Nice sturdy foam. We've got a back piece that houses some more cutouts for the Mark 43. We'll get to that in a second. We'll go ahead and remove the lid for the foam. It's very tight, keeps everything in place. All right, we got that removed. We'll place that to the side, and then we'll reveal the Mark 43. Look at that. Now, if you're a fan of Iron Man, pure dopeness. Now, if you see the reactor, the arc reactor in the chest is lit up here, that's just a reflection from my light. It's not on. So, but that would be cool if that, you know, just move it, it lights up. But no, that's just a reflection from my lighting. So we'll remove this top piece of plastic out of the way, and there's the Mark 43. Okay, let's go ahead and bring these pieces out of the box one by one. I'll overlay some information in video and photos so you can see that as I talk. Let's get this cracking. So you get the very authentic and very detailed likeness of the Mark 43, which, as I stated before, comes from the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. It comes protected with plastic over the pieces where the manufacturer feels would get the most damage during shipping, possibly, and also foam pieces to keep metallic and plastic pieces from rubbing against each other and causing any damage or marring. Pretty simple, easy to take out. Pull the plastic off here. We got one on top of the head. We also have some plastic surrounding the neck cowl piece. You can reach in there and grab that. Pull that up gently, although it doesn't make a difference if you pop the head off because it's supposed to come off, and that'll make removing this plastic easy. Got a little ball joint right here for the head, and there is articulation in the neck joint. The Mark 43 head piece, the face shield, is removable. Behind that you have a LED piece where you will put some batteries in the back. I'm not going to do that now, and the head will light up. We'll place that back on the ball joint simply by pressing and fitting. Goes into place nicely, and we got very nice articulation on the head. The paint on this is phenomenal. It is movie accurate with damage and scarring, so it's not like a brand new perfect Mark 43 right off the line from Tony Stark's lab. This is Mark 43 has been used, and we want to get it that way for the movie accurate and realistic look. For the foam pieces on the side, if you have any of these 1/6 scale pieces, the arms and joints are all the same. You can pull one off if you want to. The foam is split at the top. You just slide it right out. Pop the arm joint back into place. And you're good to go. Slide that in. Bam. We're good. We can do the same to the other side. We can just lift up the arm and the shoulder armor, or remove the arm from the joint, take those foam pieces and put them away. We have more foam pieces in the hip area. You can flex the legs at the hip joint, slide those foam pieces out. Discard and place them to the side. And let's get this out, and then you can see my arm fell out because I didn't have the arm in its joint fully. That's okay. We got a little piece of plastic, foam in here that's, there we go, difficult to get to. We got it all out. Just go ahead and pop this arm back into its joint. We'll pull up on the shoulder piece a little bit, and we'll pop that arm in. And there we go. Now we got a better, more secure fit. At the bottom, by the ankles, we have some more plastic. You can see the feet have a great range of motion. We have some toe flex and ankle flex, plus armor pieces on top of the foot and ankle, which can be removed, which I'll take this piece out as a demo piece. Oh, nope, I don't want to take that out. It's fixed. Good. We want to leave it just like that. So we got a lot of flex in there. The plastic piece is wrapped, so all we have to do is find that spot where it's wrapped at, which it seems it's right here. I don't want to mess up anything, so I'm taking my time. There we go. Pull the plastic right off. Same on the other side. Wrapped. And remove the plastic. Let's put her up on the turntable. Do a little pose. A little cheap pose for now, nothing serious. Little arm on hip action, and there we go. So there we go with our Mark 43. Highly detailed, highly accurate to the movie, a lot of moving pieces. Arms, hands are interchangeable. We'll go over that in a second. We got the flaps on the back. Those also come open. Shows all the detail below the armor, below the flaps. They pop open. If I'm correct, without checking the rest, the chest piece is removable. I can feel it, but I don't want to pop. There we go. You can remove the entire chest piece to reveal the under armor, and it goes in place with some little pegs. No magnets here, just pegs. You line those pegs up, 3 pegs, pop it back into place. So a newly alternate helmeted head with LED light up function and a newly painted head sculpt of Tony Stark. So you can have the Iron Man in one of 3 different ways with the helmet. You can have the Mark 43 fully helmeted. You can have the Mark 43 with the Tony Stark head sculpt helmet with the face shield off, or you can also take the added face shield and place that over the Tony Stark sculpt. There we go. So if you want to remove your face shield at any time and pose your Mark 43 with a Tony Stark head, you can. There's a little check on the detail of that. But these are pieces you receive in the box. You also have your choice of 2 sets of hands. Both sets of hands have the repulsor feature in them. The difference between the sets of hands is one set has articulating fingers and the other set has a static finger. So if you just want to do a static pose, or if you want to work your articulated pose with the fingers, and I'll show the articulated hand now. And with the hand, you have one hand. Let me just go ahead and do this. There you go. Bam. A little Tony Stark action for you. You can articulate your fingers in any way you choose and still have the repulsor light up functionality when you put the batteries in. And then you have the other hand, which is just static, meaning no articulation. Even though the fingers are bendy, there's no articulation in the hand. So you get a set of each. Articulated repulsor hand and a non-articulated standard static repulsor hand. Also, you get a little forearm. And I forgot the name of the actual missile here that's in the forearm, and I'll overlay that once I find it. And you have a little forearm armor piece here, sorry for dropping that, that has a little missile as it's popping out as if Tony is shooting that. It's called the Sparrow or the Peacock, I don't know, something like that. But I'll overlay that information here. That's also a piece you get with the figure. You get also 1 pair of interchangeable wrist guards for posing with the repulsor palms, 1 interchangeable forearm rocket armor, and 3 pairs of interchangeable palms. That includes, like we talked about before, 1 pair of palms with removable fingers, 1 pair of fists, and 1 pair of battle palms with light up repulsor, which is white light and battery operated. On the back, which I showed you before, you have some fully deployable air flaps, and you have articulation at the waist armor, which can allow flexible movement. The total size of this product in height is about 12.2 inches, and it weighs about 6 pounds. So let's talk about some of the flexible positions on the armor. So you got all the bends that you normally would expect. You have the knee bends here, fully bendable, so you can bend this knee as far back as you need to and independently flex and move the foot. It has some side to side, a little lateral, and forward and back motion. There's no light up feature in the heel or the bottom of the foot. But again, you have the full flexibility of the heel, very good flex. You can bend this all the way back and, you know, act like you're doing a little kick if you need to. You have fully at the chest and midsection, you have a little flexibility and movement here, side to side, as well as a little forward and back movement. The legs at the hips, you have a lot of movement and flexibility, and you have armor pieces here that will move out of the way so you can get that full flex and extension in the legs. Also, you have side armor pieces that will move out of the way here. You can pull up and you can get that full extension should you choose to. Not that you would pose Iron Man like this, but you have that ability to twist, maybe do a little, you can't get quite Jean-Claude Van Damme, but you can get a little, you know, the muscles from Brussels type of pose here if you wanted to. So again, you got full articulation, die cast and plastic parts throughout, weathering on the armor in all the key places, good feel and heft to it, back flaps that fully extend, just like on the movie. Highly posable, very well balanced, and if you want to change out the head sculpt, which I'll show you now, we've got the standard head sculpt without the Tony Stark head. You just pull, and this has been one of the easier heads that I've had to pop off. You just pull it up, grab your new head, which rotation, turn, and flexibility as the one that comes with. And you can take the face shield, pop it on or off, and there you have it. All right, let's look at the rest of the contents that's in the box. Let's pose him up again. Matter of fact, let's just sit him to the side so I don't knock him over until we do a few pose shots on the rotating turntable. Standard user guide, we won't crack that open. We'll place that to the side. Also included, we'll take the plastic off carefully, lift the lid. You get your stand, which includes all of your batteries plus a little small screwdriver to open the compartments on the Mark 43 to place your batteries in. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 small button cell batteries. This is pretty cool right here, which I think I'm going to use this when I display my Mark 43. You have a display stand which has a Rocky motif to it, and it has on the front Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron Mark 43. Good display stand to place your Mark 43 on should you choose to display it that way. And the reason why you have this Rocky outcrop type motif display stand is because of this right here. Old Ultron, made out of the old parts lying around that Iron Man used before he got his excellent, perfect body. This is the way he looked. You can take this Ultron and place him. I'm not sure exactly how he goes, but he will go on this motif, maybe like this. I'll figure that out in the end. And you can place Tony Stark in like a victory type pose, standing over a defeated Ultron. Also included to help keep Tony and the Mark 43 upright, we have one rod which affixes to the back of the stand right here. There's a small hole. The rod goes in like so. It's a little loose, no big deal. Once you have the weight of our Tony Stark in there and Iron Man, it'll fit nice. And then you have a grip for the body, which the back end right here slides down over the rod. I'll do that now. It has a small Phillips head screw in there with a captured lock nut, which you can adjust. And you place this around the waist of Iron Man, and I'll do that now. And then you slide that into the stand. And again, we'll set this up right afterwards, but that's how you can display and pose your Iron Man on the stand. So let's go ahead and just do some poses. We'll do some music. This is just an unboxing. There's no need for me to go over in high detail every little small part and piece of the Mark 43. Let's just get to the fun part, show a few poses, turn that turntable on, let her rip. Let's go. There we have it, fam. The Iron Man Mark 43. Anyone who is a fan of these 1/6 scale die-cast figures, and especially a fan of Iron Man, you have got to have this in your collection. Additionally, if you choose to purchase this figure, then you must have the figure we'll be unboxing in part 2 of this video series. And just as a hint, it is MMS 510. That is Mike Sierra 510, and that will be in part 2 of this unboxing series. So if you want to do your homework and see what that's going to be about, once again, Mike Sierra 510. This is a highly detailed and extremely movie accurate Iron Man Mark 43, and it's another awesome offering from Sideshow Collectibles. It's not cheap. This figure alone comes in at about $360 at Sideshow Collectibles at the time of this video, and it may be a hard pass for many of you, but once you get this figure in hand, you'll understand why the price point is set where it is. It is worth it. It is hefty. It is beefy. It is die-cast metal and plastic pieces. The painting is highly accurate and looks very well and professionally done. $360, it's worth it, and this is a reissue. If you don't get your hands on this now, it may be on the aftermarket. Who knows if they'll issue it again. And it's going to go with part 2 of this series. Again, Mike Sierra 510. Check it out. As always, fam, I appreciate you sticking around to the end. And if you've made it this far, hey, consider subscribing. It's free. Doesn't cost you one thin dime. And if you peeped out our previous uploads, you'll see that we upload many different types of videos covering everything from radio control to collectibles, everyday carry, unboxing and reviews. So look, there's something here for everyone. And again, subscribing is free. A simple click or tap of that subscribe button will grant you free access to the Sinister Supreme Team fam. Everyone is welcome, and your subscriptions and comments provide the boost that this channel needs to grow. The more subscribers we get, the more products we can unbox and review, and the possibility of being able to give away products we review become more and more a reality. So subscribe. You may be able to score some free stuff. Thanks again, fam. This is Jay of Jay Sinister Productions, exiting stage left.